Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you for coming to watch another YouTube video for WEIGO podcast, aka What Else Is Going On podcast. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. I missed y'all so much. Oh my gosh. My smoke detector started beeping. I'm gonna have to change that. It started beeping like a little bit earlier this week, but then it stopped. Like it beeped a couple times and it stopped, and then you forget, and then so hopefully y'all don't hear it. But if you do, Lord, just say a prayer for me, okay? But anyway, I missed y'all so much. Got my son back out to California to kind of tie up some loose things. The hubby is coming in, and my cousin at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. So they're gonna leave at midnight. Their flight is 12 something a.m. Saturday, California time, which is 3 a.m. our time, and they'll be here. And then on Sunday, we take the baby girl back to Syracuse. So just getting all that stuff ready or what have you. And in the meantime, my mom's coming down so she can go to Syracuse with us. So, but none of that. I mean, I was going to say none of that matters. It does matter because I like sharing with y'all. But let's get into these videos that I'm supposed to do. My goal at the beginning was to do 25, I think, for this month. And I want to meet my goal. So let's get not only just, I mean, and it's not just for that reason. It was just because my words were consistency, discipline, and action. So let's go ahead and get into these videos. First up, Mr. Andy Cohen. Oh, child, we know. Now, look, we're going to talk about Andy and Brandi Glanville. I was never really a fan of Brandi. I didn't like how the first season I did kind of feel like Kyle and Kim were kind of like picking with her a little bit. However, pretty much after that, I was not really a fan of Brandi's. And what's so funny is my son's second year at Chapman University, I believe it was, her son went there too. And I was like, wonder if we'll be room mothers. I can't ask her because she has me blocked on Twitter. But anyway, so Brandi has filed lawsuits against Bravo and has come out and said, either Bravo, the production company, we've talked about it. I forget exactly which one, but she's come out and said Andy and another Bravo lib called her in the middle of the night, asked her if she wanted to watch them have sex, what have you. Then Andy came out with a statement like basically they were joking, blah, blah, blah. So Brandi has said that Bravo has made it so that she can't work because remember, they did Ultimate Girls Trip with Caroline Manzo, Camille Grammer, Brandi Glanville. Did Phaedra go back? Did Phaedra go back on that one? I know there was a repeat. Well, anyway, we haven't got it. I don't think we're going to get it because Caroline Manzo filed suit against the production company and some other folks and said that Brandi essayed her. Right. So it's been this big ongoing thing. And I'll say this, Brandi has antics for sure. And for so long, those antics have been applauded and lauded and rewarded and kind of amped up. And then when people are either tired of her antics or the people are seeing that, oh, her antics are actually problematic, it can fall back on us. Instead of they start to distance themselves, right? And say, oh, we don't want no parts of that. But now she's saying she hasn't been able to work. She has all these health issues because of it. Now I'll say she needs to take ownership for the things that she has chosen to do on these shows, whether you're rewarded for something or not. We know right from wrong, problematic from unproblematic for the most part, right? But still, it seems like Bravo has kind of left her out there to dry. And again, I'm not a fan of hers, but it's like, well, she has since the video or the message that Andy sent Andy and Kate Chastain. Shout out to Kate. She's been on the pod a couple of times. Kate was on the podcast. I have to say this a couple of years ago. When did I start this one? 2020. And in that podcast, remember Bravo chat room when it was Kate Chastain, Hannah Berner, Giselle Bryant, and Portia Williams? Kate was the executive producer. Now, Portia got named on it, but Kate came up with the concept. And on my podcast. You can go back through the archives. I remember people reported on it. It was 2020. She talked about Portia then, and everything that Portia's seeing now. She'd been told it. She told it all. And I remember my girlfriend saying, she was listening to it on her way to work, and she texted me. She was like, "You do know this interview is going to go viral." And I was like, "No, we were just talking," because we had clicked as soon as she came on. We had just clicked or what have you. Child, it did. I was like, it was everywhere. But yeah, Kate has worked with Portia, so she knows Portia. But anyway, just threw that out there. But this video that's released was Kate and Andy calling Brandy. So I want to get into that with y'all so y'all can see. Hold on, we're gonna share the screen. All right. So I'm gonna let y'all see the video first, and then we're gonna read.
We have something to tell you. We're tonight, and we're going to talk about you the whole time.
So it's like a threesome.
So it's kind of like a threesome.
We're a throuple.
Actually, if you're around in like 90 minutes or 2 hours, do you want to watch us on FaceTime?
Can you get here?
Would you be cool with that?
Yeah, FaceTime. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wi-Fi, strong Wi-Fi.
Yeah, strong Wi-Fi.
Here's Wi-Fi strong.
Love you, Brandy.
Love you. Bye.
We have something to tell you. We're tonight, and we're going to talk about you the whole time.
So it's like a threesome.
So it's kind of like a threesome.
We're a throuple.
Actually, if you're around in like 90 minutes or 2 hours, do you want to watch us on FaceTime?
Can you get here?
Would you be cool with that?
Yeah, FaceTime. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wi-Fi, strong Wi-Fi.
Yeah, strong Wi-Fi.
Here's Wi-Fi strong.
Love you, Brandy.
Love you. Bye.
All right, y'all. So this is from Good Tea with Sam Instagram account, and it was leaked to The Sun. So the first comment from Besties by Caitlin said this was what she tried to sue over. So then somebody else said, really, with the stuff that comes out of her mouth, she's trying to act offended by that. She's behaved worse to his dad and in front of his mom. So that's what the people are saying. Basically, that was no big deal. Clearly, they had that type of relationship with her, but now that things aren't working out for her, she's wanting to sue. So I'm trying to think. When she first did the lawsuit, she said, "I received a text message." Wait, let me make sure, because this wasn't a new quote. Okay, Brandy actually, after she received the inappropriate, well, I did it in quotes, but I mean, it is her boss, but he was. Anyway, after receiving the inappropriate video message, Brandy responded in an equally racy way, but only because she felt obligated to match Andy's energy to remain employed with Bravo. She responded, "Oh my God, my two favorite people. I love that. See you next Tuesday. Trust me, you're going to want me there if you're having sex. I have a magic." And it says P star, 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 star. So I'm thinking she maybe means penis. She said, as she reflected on the ordeal over 2 years later, she received a text message from Andy, and it was the video he made. She said she was in a work setting when Andy sent that message to her. Andy was at a work event in the south of France with Kate. It was Bravo upfront kind of thing. And I was doing press for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip in LA, she revealed. I had a hairstylist doing my hair, and when I opened the text, I tried to shut it. I was so mortified and embarrassed. Like, does this guy think I'd F my boss to get a job? Because that's what it sounded like. Like he's going to think about me having sex while he's having sex with someone else. That's how I felt, and it's just taken a toll. The whole thing has been horrible. There's so much that could be said. I'm really trying to look at this from a place, employee, employer, boss, higher up, and not looking at it through the lens of me not caring for Brandy, because I will say she has said worse, but it was to her coworkers, right? Now, someone did make the point of her. I forget what exactly it was she said in front of Andy's mom and dad when she was on the show before, but whether or not it was innocent, and even if whether it was innocent on Andy and Kate's part, and even if Brandy actually really wasn't offended and indulged with them in that kind of talk, it's still inappropriate regardless, and Andy should know better. Can you be friends with your talent as the boss? Maybe. I don't know, but I do think there is a line. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Child, I just know that Mr. Andy Cohen, he should know better. Like, he should know better. But see, he loves, you know how we say Carlos wants to be the producer and also talent? Andy wants to be both too, in a way. What was his book, Superficial? And he talked about how much he wanted to be famous, and he loves being among the who's who. So now he's in the Bravo. Of course, he's in Bravo land amongst who's who. So there's no definitive line, especially with the ones that he likes. Right? I don't know. It's just a wild position to be in, and it doesn't look good. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. What y'all think? Do y'all think it's innocent? I definitely think it's innocent. It's just not appropriate. Like, I don't think he really wanted to sleep with Kate or Brandy. However, it's still not an appropriate joke to make. Now, again, did they all consider themselves friends? Was this a friendly call? Because Brandy's saying he was at a work event, I was at a work event. But were they all friends? And was this a call or a joke between friends? You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think. Next up, let's get into, y'all remember some months back, we talked about Michael Jackson's mom and one of the grandkids were in a battle with about his estate with this $600 million catalog war. So this is according to Rolling Stone. Michael Jackson's estate clinches win over Katherine Jackson in $600 million catalog war. I believe the estate was offered $600 million for Michael's catalog, and Katherine was like, no, it's worth more. And at the time, they used to get money, you know, like a certain amount of money a month from the estate, and the estate filed to have that stopped until this was settled. An appellate panel found that the singer's mother had no basis to challenge a lower court's approval of a Sony catalog deal. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, here we go. I was going to say, y'all not going to let me read it. A California appellate court handed a victory to Michael Jackson's estate executors Wednesday, issuing a final written opinion confirming the singer's mom, Katherine Jackson had no basis to challenge a lower court's blessing of a $600 million catalog deal with Sony. The new opinion, which essentially adopted a tentative ruling, first reported by Rolling Stone last month, described the secret 2022 Sony deal as a joint venture that estate executors John Branca and John McClain had the right to broker, while Jackson's estate remains in probate, a court-supervised process for handling will disputes. Details of the confidential catalog deal were first reported by Billboard and later confirmed by Rolling Stone. In the new 19-page opinion, the three-judge panel described the confidential deal as a transaction that involved transferring a significant portion of the estate's assets to a joint venture between the estate and a third party, in exchange for a large cash payment and an interest in the joint venture. Katherine opposed the deal on the grounds that it violated the terms of her son's will, specifically a provision that says all of the estate's assets must be distributed to the trust naming his children, and mother as beneficiaries once the probate closes. Oh, okay. In her appellate filings, Katherine argued that allowing the estate's single most valuable asset to be transferred to a new company owned only partly by the estate was fundamentally inconsistent with Michael's wishes. She said the deal made it impossible for executors to transfer the entire estate to the trust. The appellate judges rejected that position. They said Jackson's will give the executors broad powers to manage estate property while the estate remains in probate. So the prior judge did not abuse his discretion when he granted the petition for approval of the deal. Wow. Let's see. Were the effect of the court's order to give an estate asset to a third party, we might agree that the order violates the will. But the proposed transaction is not a gift or a distribution of estate assets. It's an asset sale. So they're selling off his assets, which is his catalog, pursuant to which the estate receives a significant monetary payment and interest in a joint venture in exchange for the transfer of assets. The judges said the deal neither diminishes the estate's value nor impairs the executor's future ability to transfer the estate's assets to the trust. So basically, they're selling off an asset and getting to kind of be involved like a joint venture, which the way I'm understanding is meaning they'll get something too. But her position is all of his assets, according to his will, were supposed to be basically given over to to a trust for his children and his mom. The biggest asset is the catalog. And so if they were to sell that catalog, if everything was transferred over to who it was supposed to be, the children and the mom, if they decided to sell the catalog, then the money would go to them. But now it's like a third party involved. That's what I'm understanding. Catherine's lead lawyer on the appeal and a lawyer for the estate did not immediately respond to Rolling Stone's request for comment. Jackson's estate has remained in probate since his 2009 death, largely due to ongoing tax disputes with the IRS. Once probate closes, the entire estate will be transferred to the trust, naming Jackson's 3 children as the principal beneficiaries and Catherine as a lifetime beneficiary of a subtrust that will revert to the main trust upon her death. So once it's out of probate, then they get the rest of it. But but this deal was made with it being in probate, so they're not going to get all of that $600 million because a deal has been made with a third party. Wow. I wonder if she's going to try to appeal that, because I do know a lot of money is being spent as well. And basically at one point, I think she kind of wanted to use some of the money from the estate to fight this ongoing battle. So for now, it says that, yeah, she has lost. Moving on, let's talk about good old Judge Mathis. This is according to page 6. Judge Mathis' wife, Linda, files for divorce after 39 years of marriage. Judge Greg Mathis is now the focus of the court's judgment. That's funny. Judge Mathis's wife, Linda Yvette Mathis, has filed for divorce after 39 years of marriage on August 22nd. Court documents show Yvette cited irreconcilable differences as the cause of the split. Linda, 61, listed July 17th as the date of separation with Greg. She's requesting spousal support from his honor and is seeking her requirement of spousal support be waived. Give me a minute. She's also looking for the Judge Mathis host to pay her attorney's fees. Greg, 64, has yet to respond to the petition. Reps for the Mathis family didn't immediately return page 6's request for comment. Didn't he have a reality show? And did y'all watch if he did? I'll tell you what, they've been married for how many years did it say? 39 years. People often look at 60s and 70s as you're old. And I'm going to be honest, and maybe because I'm 47, I don't feel like that's old to me. 60s and 70s today in this time look very different than 40, 50, even 20 years ago. If y'all saw my mother-in-law, she is 75. She's be out there. You know what I mean? Like, enjoying life, doing her thing. Now, I'm telling you, when I tell you, if I showed y'all a picture, y'all would not believe she is 65, mobile, like all of that stuff. So that's not old to me. So I don't consider that old. And even if they have more days behind than ahead, you don't know how long they can live. And maybe she's like, because for me, I saw 39 years and I said, you have really got to be tired of a mother. Like, I'm done. And maybe she feels like she's at a place where she wants to fully enjoy the years that she has left. And maybe he's not. I feel like he'd be around there like a judge, telling him what he think go. You know what I mean? Like, he don't leave it at the courthouse. When he come home, whatever he says is what makes sense. Like, I wonder if that's the type that he is. Either way, she says she is done, honey. She don't care about them 39 years. And with some people, sometimes all you have is years, whether in different relationships, friendships, marriages. And when you really look at it, are you really happy? Maybe she's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm done. So, because irreconcilable differences could mean a lot of things. So, I don't know, child. We will definitely keep following this story. But Miss Linda is out. They separated July 17th. She wants that spousal support from Your Honor. Y'all, we shall see. And the last thing right now I wanted to talk to y'all about was one of Simone Biles' siblings. She said, I have my own problems with Simone. Simone Biles' estranged sister defends birth mom, vows to take it there amid ongoing family drama. Olympian Simone Biles is the most decorated American gymnast in history, and while it may seem she has the world in the palm of her hand, family troubles have begun rearing their ugly head. The 4'8" Houston powerhouse returned from the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris with 3 gold medals and 1 silver. However, back on American soil, Biles faces personal challenges that overshadow her athletic success. The first challenge comes from her biological mother, Sharon Biles, who recently sat down with the Daily Mail for a tell-all interview about their estranged relationship. In the interview, Shannon claims that her daughter wants nothing to do with her after being given up for adoption as a small child. Shannon has been candid about the reason she lost custody of her children. It was substance abuse. Her addiction was so severe that it led to the loss of custody of all 4 of her children at the time. So at the time, she had 4 children. She had Ashley, who is now 34, Tevin, who's now 29, Simone, who is now 27, and Adria, now 25. The children were placed in foster care and later adopted. Simone was 3 years old, and Adria was an infant when they entered the system. 3 years later, in 2000, they were adopted by their grandparents, Ronald and Nellie Biles. Shannon's 2 elder children, Tevin and Ashley, went to live with her aunt, Ronald's sister, in Cleveland. So I believe they were adopted by Simone's mom, Shannon, her dad, and his wife. And then the other 2 older siblings went to live with his sister. Shannon blames her father for not allowing her to maintain a relationship with her children, including the world-renowned gymnast and her younger sister. Over the years, Shannon has connected with some of the children, but not the young gymnastics star who was the subject of her interview. However, her desire to reconnect with Simone has not been well received by the public. Critics on social media accuse Shannon of trying to steal the spotlight from her daughter, who recently carried Team USA to victory. In her interview, the mom expressed her longing for reconciliation. Let's get into it. Adding to the family drama, another sibling has come forward. Makai Biles Walker, Simone's younger sister, has taken to social media to defend their mother against online critics. Makai, who says she is 3 years younger than the women's gymnastics team captain, so she's 24, shared a video aimed at those who have harshly judged her mother and her relationship with her children, particularly Simone. Micah, 24, rushed to her mother's defense. She maintained that Shannon, who had 4 more children after Adria, so she has a total of 8. Micah, Mariah, Taryn, and Shania is not a bad person. In a TikTok video captioned, I have my own feelings about my sister, but we're not going to do too much on Shannon Biles. We'll take it there with everybody on this planet about my mama. Hashtag Simone Biles. She vented for nearly 4 minutes. The clip was captured by the Neighborhood Talk, in which Micah states, I want to come to this internet and defend my mom because she might not be everything we expected her to be, but at the end of the day, she's still a work in progress, and we give her that. She says, give me 1 second. I'm going to read some of it and play some of it. Well, you know what? I'll play some of it now. Let me see. Because I'm not going to play the whole 4 minutes. We're not going to do that.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Micah. I'm gonna come on here because I just want to say this really quickly. Cause that video of my mom came out and she sent it to me. But I just want to let y'all know I didn't even watch the full video. I really don't care about too much about the video. All I know is what I'm seeing on the internet, and what I do I want to come to this internet and defend my mom because she might not be everything that we expected for her to be, but at the end of the day, she's still a work in progress, and we give her that. Simone chose not to have a relationship with my mom, which is fine. That was her choice. Me personally, I didn't develop a relationship with my mom until I was 17 years old. It started when I was about 9. It was on and off. because she was still dealing with what she was dealing with at the time. But I'm not going to let y'all get on this internet and try to bash my mom or say anything bad or anything of that sort, because she's not a bad person. She's done nothing to Simone. Life happened to her. And that's okay. I'm not mad at her. I understand. Everybody deals with my mom has 8 children. There's Ashley, Tevin, Simone, Adria, me, Mariah, Shania, Teron, and Shania. From number 1 all the way down to number 8. Simone has 2 full-blood siblings, and everybody else is half-blooded. Ashley has her own dad. Simone, Tevin, and Adria have their dad. And then me and the last 3, me, Mariah, Teron, and Shania have our dad. But I just want to get on this internet and say that I don't want nobody bashing my mom. Because at the end of the day, life happens to everybody. Things happen. But at the end of the day, she was in good hands. She was taken care of. Sooner rather than later. And that's what I don't like about the story that's being told, or the story that's trying to be written, or the story that's trying to be portrayed. Because at the end of the day, she was good. From 2 years old and up, she was good. She was good, whether it be with my mom or not. And I'm not going to speak for Simone and how she can feel or whatever the case may be, because each and every one out of 8 of us deal with our own feelings about the situation. But don't get on this internet doing too much of my mom, because she tried. And if Simone doesn't want that relationship, she's not going to push her for that relationship until she wants it. Like she said, whenever she's ready, she's ready. But on the same coin, it's not like my mom was not trying to be there. That's the part that y'all aren't getting. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, she was dealing with what she was dealing with. So how could she be there? She, like I said, back when I was 9, and mind you, I'm younger than Simone. By 3 years, I'm younger than Simone. So she was dealing with what she was dealing with. And everybody dealing with it how they dealing with it.
All right, y'all. So we're not going to play the entire thing. But basically, y'all see what she's saying. Like, not too much. I'm not going to have y'all on my mom. She said that Simone was taken care of from the age of 2, even if it wasn't by her mom. But I feel like they said 3. And she's saying it's not like my mom wasn't trying to be there, but she was dealing with what she's dealing with. This is not to issue any blame, but she wasn't trying to be there because she was unfortunately addicted to drugs. So she wasn't trying to be there because the addiction had a hold of her. I will say this, the 8 children, like she said, they all deal with it differently. And Simone doesn't have to want a relationship with her. Now, Simone's mother has said that her dad, Simone's grandfather who adopted her, kept her away from them. And I'm wondering if he kept her away because it's like, you're not going to be in and out of this child's life. If you're still struggling with addiction, you don't get to come in. I mean, at 3 years old, and the other child that he adopted, Adria, was Simone's sister, was an infant. At 3 years old, you don't understand addiction. What you understand is my mom was here today. She's not here tomorrow. Where's my mommy? Where's my mom? So no, I'm not going to let you come in and out of their life. Get your life together and you can come back. Now, I don't know if he maybe told her never to come back, but I feel like I get it. I'm not going to let you run in and out of this child's life. That could do more harm than good. I feel like she had a little bit more that she wanted to say about Simone, because as I'm reading, because the Neighborhood Talk who posted it in their caption, they wrote some of the stuff that she's going to say. So I'm going to read this. They said, later in the video, Micah briefly spoke about her estranged relationship with Simone. Though she didn't go into detail, Micah subtly hinted at her and Simone not being in a good place because Simone didn't want to pursue a relationship. I have my own problems with Simone, but I'm not going to get on this internet and do too much on that. At the end of the day, I just wanted my sister, but it is what it is. If Simone is 3 years older than her, she was like, at the end of the day, I just wanted my sister. When? Back then, because Simone was a child herself who had parents raising her. and who may not have fostered the relationship. And Simone may not have been able to foster that herself as a child, as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So all these people coming out and talking now is definitely not going to make her want to foster a relationship. You know, and at the end of the day, she doesn't know them that well. People say, oh, that's your sibling, that's your brother, that's your sister. If you weren't raised together and don't know each other, and I can speak from experience, you may not have an interest. I'll speak for myself. I was kind of sort of in that same situation, and I knew about other siblings when I was younger, a little bit, like teenage on up. And then I would see them from time to time, and I know who they are. And I'm not saying I don't have an interest. It's just like yes, you could be related, but if there's no bond, if you don't know that, it's like almost like a stranger, someone coming, like saying, oh, this is your sibling, and you don't really get to talk to them. You know what I mean? So Simone has every right not to want to pursue a relationship. And her sister has a right, I guess, to be hurt by it if she wants. Everybody's entitled to their feelings. I don't know if necessarily coming down to the internet is the way to go about it, even though she keeps saying, I'm not going to come down to this internet and do it. You've done it. But I guess she has the right to speak on her feelings. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I feel like so often we're telling people what they don't have a right to do, what they shouldn't do. And I don't like that, because I don't want nobody to tell me what I should and shouldn't do. But then there is a part of me that's like, girl, now you shouldn't be down here on your family business, So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. We're going to figure it out as a family. Let me know what y'all think about Simone and her sister getting online to defend their mom, as well as basically kind of sort of calling out Simone for not having a relationship. Judge Mathis and Linda said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 goodbye, and spousal support. Michael Jackson's mom lost the fight for the $600 million catalog not to be sold and include a third party. And Andy and Kate out here sending video messages to Brandy Glanville. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later. See ya.